playoffs start right now. Puck is down and up we go from PNC Arena. Sebastian Aho's line on the ice now. Shot from the point from Shea got blocked on the way in by Hudson Fasching, who gets banged by Shea at center ice. Now Brett Pesce shielding Zach Parise, tried to work it on net, and Rata kicks it aside.
Chipping in, but this is what the Islanders are trying to do. Get the pucks deep and then just go to the net. They've got to put pucks. They need to take some of that volume.
Hudson Fasching in his playoff debut sits. And the Hurricanes load up the power play on a one-timer. They score! Sebastian Aho gives Carolina the lead here in the first.
One of the X factors. It's a great face-off win, a good set play. Goes to the middle, and then that cross-seam pass. You look at the way the Islanders, they go out to the pass, and then Clutterbuck doesn't come back and cover that space that comes past Zizekas. So it's a beautiful feed from Brent Burns over to Sebastian Aho, who makes no mistake.
And Jesper Foss scans and outlets for Shane Gostisbehere. Off to the wing for Jordan Martinook. Foss charging. Foss shoots! And Sorokin the stop.
Inside the blue line. Watch the way that Bolduc is back. Pollock's up. They've got a good position here. But you got a player that's busting through right there. Jesper Foss, who is a speedy player. He lives up to his name. But he comes through, and that's a really tough one as a defenseman. Bolduc's flat-footed.
All right, so Matt Barzal, 13 on the half wall on the far side. Horvat worked it toward the net for Anders Lee, and right off the hop. Good opportunity for this Islanders man advantage.
Play, the Hurricanes ran to score. Keep an eye on Horvat going to the weak side. This time, instead of shooting a one-timer, he tries to throw the pass in front for a tip from Anders Lee, but it's the weak side play.
He works it there on the entry to Lee. Shovels it back to the point. Nelson moves it along. Horvat for Lee, and a denial by Ranta. Puck bounced around and now clear.
Move the puck, some quick touches here. Great chances, and Antti Ranta shuts the door and keeps it 1-0 Carolina.
Sends it back toward Engvall, approaching 10 seconds remaining on the Islanders' power play. Engvall, top of the circle toward the net, looking for a tip there from Pajot. Andrei Svechnikov, the 23-year-old All-Star, of course, who a little over 5 weeks ago suffered that torn ACL. And here is Natchez firing at Sorokin the stop on a breakaway bid from Natchez.
Here's that pass I was talking about, deep in his own zone, across two lines, right on the tape to Natchez for his first shot.
Well, and even more appreciation because it's Adam Pelech who's there, and his stick, the way that he plays his...
A wrestling match going on in the corner between Martinook and Anders Lee.
They both finally get to their skates. Puck skitters out and lifted on by Kotkaniemi from point blank. Now moved along and a one-timer whistled wide by Brady Shea.
Canes with the early goal. Isles fought back. Who is going to establish momentum here to start this period?
Natchez back for Kotkaniemi, and Nason had a golden opportunity and didn't score.
The way that this puck is kicked out of the air and it's kept alive, and then they go to work. They've got some fresh legs out there and good quick passes back door, and it's a beautiful stick lift by there, a stick play rather by Ryan Pollock. Just misses, but something goes in the net.
Jarvis at the half wall at the edge of the circle near the hash marks to the goal line for Nason and back to Jarvis. Burns slides it for Natchez. Drops for Burns. A drive. Score! Second power play goal for Carolina, and the lead is 2.
Well, it's the power play that strikes again. What was an anemic power play is now a potent power play, and this is just simple. A behind-the-back pass and a one-timer. We talked about, AJ mentioned the goals from the defenseman for Carolina. That puck looks like it got tipped on the way through. You see Burns point immediately at Nason.
What a beautiful tip.
That is a beautiful tip. It's hard to score at 5-on-5, so those are the game-breaking moments, and so far, the Canes have taken full advantage.
Well, interesting, in the season series between these two teams, 0 power play goals were scored.
And right back, the Islanders score off the deflection. And how about that response for the Islanders to get on the board?
And sort of a broken play. Carolina thinks they're coming out, and then Pollock just puts the puck on net, and Raanta miscues it. It's only 24 seconds after the second goal by Carolina. Raanta tips it into his own net. A little bit of a change-up.
Oh, Pollock totally fans on this shot. Watch this. It goes off the heel. That's what confuses Raanta.
Over the course of the last few days, and you said this earlier, AJ, and Rod Brindamore said it to us as well, at some point he said there's a good chance you'll see Anderson. And Raanta makes a stop on Barzal.
The Islanders, Dobson taking a page out of that book. Gets that puck to Horvat behind all the Canes players. Barzal uses his speed to beat his man up the ice. And a great opportunity for Barzal. And sometimes when you get these chances, that
Slavin out in front looking for Martinook on a backhand, and then stole denied by Sorokin. Burns a drive. Sorokin the save. Backhand kicked out by Sorokin as well.
Jumps into the play, making an odd man rush. And then it's more pressure, more shots on Ilya Sorokin, and the Islanders are able to weather the storm.
Bouncing puck settles down on Natchez' stick and up ice and out to center. Kotkaniemi for Natchez, off to the wing. Nason shot it and a save Sorokin. Pesce holds it in from the right point. Pesce scanning, trying to shake Engvall. Aho banks it back. Pesce in deep. Pesce turns out in front. Puck is loose and wiped wide.
They ended the period with this one too. Good job by Pesce to jump in the play. We've talked about the D, and then it's Nason trying to get his second. He's battling, and Pelech, we've talked about his stick. We've talked about his positioning. Struggled a little bit on the penalty kill.
Dominic Moore, AJ Malesko. I'm Mike Monaco as we start the third in Raleigh at PNC Arena in Game 1. And historically in best of 7 series, the winner of Game 1 goes on to win the series 68% of the time.
That Jordan Staal line has been in their face all game long.
Back out in front on a backhand for Lee, and Raanta the stop on that top line.
Yeah, here's the chance, sorry Mike, from the quick pass from Barzal. Lee tries to get Raanta.
By getting in with that Wednesday win, and then felt like a week waiting. Down the middle, and Raanta the stop on Pierre Engvall. Pelech drive gets blocked.
Laterally, he just doesn't, and then another good save from Antti Raanta as Engvall.
Coming up on 11 to go.
Rod Brindamore was asked in the scrum about getting ready to play the Islanders, when he's expecting Barzal.
Burns dangling in, denied by Sorokin. Still loose, and the shot blocked. Up top by Engvall.
Burns is not excited to be back in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He has been making an impact since the drop of the puck here.
Jarvis wins the puck, drops it off for Teravainen. Back to the line, Chatfield on net. Hit a body on the way in, and Sorokin kicks to his right and stonewalls Jarvis.
Help from his teammates. And then this last scrum that he had a ton of pressure. Wants to be somebody they can rely on even through the postseason to score those big goals.
Shot gets blocked from the point. Now Pollock loading it up again to the back door and sent just wide by Anders Lee. Instead, into the corner. Pesce over to rescue it. Instead, Barzal slipped it out for Horvat. Moved along, and Nelson a drive. Turned away by Raanta. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Carolina tries to wedge it up the wall. Slapped on net, and Raanta the stop, and that does it. The Hurricanes survive a flurry at the finish to take Game 1.